You're in the same places, you're around the same people, you're doing the same things, you're listening to the same conversations, you're hearing the same tired jokes. Get yourself up and move into a different environment, okay? Get around different people. That will get you unstuck. Do you ever get this feeling from time to time, despite your accomplishments, despite the fact that you made a little bit of money, that you're objectively speaking doing pretty well for yourself, that you feel stuck, that you're not moving, you're not progressing quite the way that you want to? There's just this feeling that you have that you're stagnant in spite of your accomplishments. So if that feels like you, then I'm going to explain to you the first thing that you need to do to change that. Okay, so this is Mark Johnson, the founder of Bounce Pep, bringing you ideas for a fit and flourishing future. And of course, I'm the youngest son of Bill Johnson. Thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you if you have not subscribed. I still appreciate the fact that you are lending me your time and your ear. With that said, so this is a real problem because, as I said, it doesn't matter so much that you have, the financial wherewithal to kind of do whatever you want to do when you still feel like, for whatever reason, you have this sense that you're stuck, right? And I want you to imagine something, okay? Imagine a 10-foot by 10-foot room. It has a door, but there are no windows. And so you're told that you're going to stay inside of this room for 12 hours. Now, imagine what you would feel like if you were in this room for 12 hours with no windows, no stimuli of any kind. It's simply a 10-foot by 10-foot cube that you're in for 12 hours. Your sense of possibilities, your sense of what's available would be extremely constricted, right? You wouldn't really have a sense that you could do much because in a practical sense, there's not much that you can do. Okay. Now imagine someone came along after the first 12 hours and they built a window. And so now you have the same 10-foot by 10-foot room, but there's a window. You can look out the window and they tell you you're going to be in the room for another 12 hours. So now you have to spend the next 12 hours in there. Well, it's going to be a bit better than the first 12 hours because if nothing else, you have a window to look out of. You can see maybe a mountain range or some skyscrapers or maybe a park outside or a lagoon, whatever it is, birds flying by the window or people, whatever it is. It gives you a sense that there's something else out there, right? There's something else out there. There's some stimuli to keep your mind engaged, okay? There are other possibilities, and all it is a window, but that window makes all the difference. Now imagine that you go on to day two. They tell you, I'm going to give you another 12 hours, but we're going to move you into a room that is 50 feet by 50 feet. So now you move into this next room. It has a window. It's just much larger, but you have all of this space to move around in. So now that you have a sense that your physical surroundings have gotten larger, less constricted, and so you have more space to move. Again, it opens up possibilities. You still have the window. Now, let's say that for the final, actually, it's not going to be another 12 hours, but let's just say the final stage is that somebody comes to you and they knock on the door after the 12 hours have elapsed and they said, guess what? You can walk out the door now. I'm going to allow you to walk out this door. And when you walk out that door, you're able to immerse yourself in that world that you could only see through the window previously, right? So that opens up a completely different sense of what's available for you, what's possible for you. And that brings me to my point, okay? No matter how accomplished you are, there are times when you need to change your environment if you want to feel more like there's more for you to accomplish, more for you to see, more for you to do, bigger horizons. If you want to feel as if there's a way, a possibility to getting yourself unstuck, the first thing that you need to do is change your environment. Because if you feel stuck, a lot of times the problem is because your environment on a day-to-day basis is static. Okay. You're in the same places, you're around the same people, you're doing the same things, you're listening to the same conversations, you're hearing the same tired jokes. You know, it goes on and on and on. And so this idea of changing your environment is so powerful because remember what happens when you go to the gym. Your home environment is not the same as a gym environment, right? When you're at home, you've got a sofa there, you've got a refrigerator, you've got a television, you've got all of these things that make it feel homey, but it doesn't make it feel anything like a gym. When you get out to a gym, you've got people there all around working out. You've got a bunch of workout equipment everywhere. There is really nothing else to do there but work out. And so you get there and you work out because you put yourself in a different environment. And of course, if there are people there other than you who are working out, that's going to create a completely different energy as well. Okay. So you're going to absorb that energy. It's going to make you want to work out. So it's the same thing outside of the gym, right? Get yourself unstuck by changing your environment. You have to get away from the place that you're in. I'm talking geographically. Get yourself up and move into a different environment. Okay. Get around different people. That will get you unstuck. You will start to sense, you will start to perceive different possibilities. Different things will become available to you. Different experiences will become available to you. So changing your environment is the first thing that you should do when you want to get yourself unstuck, because it is real. Let me tell you, it is real. This feeling, no matter how accomplished you are, that you're stuck. That's a real feeling that people have. And I see it. I see people with wealthy people who feel stuck. Okay. And a lot of times it's because they're hanging out in the same places, hanging around the same people. You know, a lot of you are married out there. Maybe you're at home, you got a nagging wife, or you got a husband who, I don't know, he talks down to you, or just maybe he's a bit lazy and, lounging around all the time. Just to, there are things or people in your environment who can actually affect you in such a way as to make you feel stuck. And so you've got to take yourself out of those environments. But with all of that said, let me just clarify that I'm not talking about taking yourself out of your current environment, placing yourself into a new environment simply so that you can entertain yourself or distract yourself. That is not what we talk about at Bounce Pep. What I'm talking about is if you want to elevate yourself, okay, elevate yourself, elevate your sense of what's possible for you, and then start working towards that. Okay. Elevate your sense of what's possible for yourself and actually start working towards that. Then, yes, get out of your environment that you are currently in and find a new environment with different people who are doing different things and maybe have some different ideas that can inspire you, okay, to go to a different level with your own life. That's what we're talking about here. So, with all that said, I just want you to know that if you feel that you're stuck despite all of your accomplishments, okay, you're not alone. It happens to the best of us, okay? And there's something that you can do. You can change your surroundings. You can do it. So I want you to start thinking of a place that you can go. I'm talking about a place that you can physically get up and go to change your environment and change your mood and change the people that you are around. Okay? Think of that. There are answers. Think about where you can go to get yourself unstuck and open up new possibilities. This has been Mark Johnson, the founder of Bounce Pep, bringing you ideas for a fit and flourishing future. I want you to take that with you. I want you to follow through. Talk to you next time.